Good morning and welcome to this class of BCom 4th semester Supplementary English. Today we are going to discuss business terminologies. There are near about 25 business terminologies prescribed in the syllabus for this semester, that is BCom 4th semester in the subject Supplementary English. So what is this business terminology? I think you all are well familiarized with this particular portion or part of your syllabus, because in the previous semester also we had near about the same portion. Definitely one difference was there. The business terminologies which were there in that syllabus were quite different from these terminologies, right? But it is a part of the same syllabus, or it is the same portion nearly, or the similar portion. Once again I would like to give you somewhat clear idea about what the questions would be like in the university examination and how you have to write the answers. In fact, this is just like one word substitution. You had one word substitutions in your syllabus when you were in the second semester or the first semester. That time also you were given the explanation. Okay, you were given the explanation in the syllabus, and you had to write for that an apt term, okay, or a proper term, a specific term, okay, which would relate to that given explanation in the university examination. So here also you will find near about the same thing is there, and here also you will be given the explanation, and for that explanation you will have to write a correct and apt a specific term, that is called business terminologies. So I have written here on the blackboard, on the board, near about 15-16 terminologies, and I will explain you those terminologies. Okay, the definitions are given. It is a kind of definition, you can say. Okay, you have to go through these terms and memorize the explanations so that you can write the proper terminology for the given explanation in the university examination. So let's start with advice note. I will be providing you with the notes, okay, in detail, because even though I explain you all these things here, I know you will need the written notes of the same. So that don't worry, but get understood all these things first, so that you can at least memorize some certain things, okay, which will be helpful for your final examinations, that is RTM Nagpur University Nagpur examinations. So first of all, let's discuss advice note. As you are from the business background or the commerce background, because you are the students of commerce, so you must have heard or you must have come across this particular term, that is advice note. So what is this advice note? Advice note is that a document, it is a kind of document detailing, okay, which is about the details of what? Of a document detailing quantity, price, delivery date. I am repeating this for you. A document, okay, a document detailing quantity, price, delivery date, etc., which is sent to a buyer. Many times you place orders online and you receive a kind of receipt. Okay, so all these details are given there. So it's like that. But let's see this term in detail. A document detailing what? Quantity first, then price, then delivery date, etc., which is sent to a buyer. If you are buyer, if it is sent to you, then which is sent to a buyer to indicate what? That the goods or services requested by you, okay, have been dispatched or carried out. So this kind of document which has all these details which I have just talked about, that is a kind of indication that the order is successfully delivered, or the goods are successfully delivered or dispatched or carried out. So that is what? That is called advice note. It's very simple for you, as you have the commerce background. Then there is a next term, it is arbitration. Arbitration means what? It is a kind of process. It is a process whereby disputes, conflicts related to business, because this is called what? Business terminology. We are not discussing about the literary terminologies here, right? We are discussing about the terminologies which are under this head, that is business. So directly or indirectly, all these terms are related to the commerce field. So arbitration means what? Arbitration is a process whereby disputes between 2 or 3 parties can be resolved, whereby by which the disputes can be resolved by the intervention of a third neutral party. If there is dispute between 2 parties, if there is dispute between 2 parties related to commerce or business, then that matter is settled successfully by the third neutral party. That is called arbitration. Then boom. There should be boom actually. Boom. You even in your general life you see you say there is boom in the market. Okay, it means when a particular thing or a product it is in demand, high demand. Okay, if there is a demand of a particular product in the market among customers, then we say, oh, there is boom. So it is the same boom if you are thinking like this, right? But you have to write or you have to understand the proper definition, okay, which is expected by the valuers in the same way which is given in the textbook, right? So you have to keep that particular definition in your mind so that you can write the proper word for that explanation in the examination. So in economics, a period of rapid growth in output. These are somewhat the key words which can give kind of indication to you. Okay, from these words you can understand that it is related to boom. Okay, in economics, the period of rapid growth in output, bringing with it growth in employment and an increase in living standards. So that is called boom. The next term is brand. I think this word brand is a domestic word. It is a household word across the globe. The people who are in this commerce field or even who are not in the field of commerce also know this word because it has become a household name in today's life. Brand, Tata brand, Birla brand. We use these words, Bajaj brand. Okay, so of course if you are thinking about all these things, then you are correct. In marketing, a product or service sold under a particular name which has become very popular and the people have started having trust in that company's products or in a particular product of a particular company. It is a kind of established company, okay, and its products also have a kind of hegemony in the market, right? So in marketing, a product or service sold under a particular name in order to differentiate it in the marketplace, its quality, its quantity, etc. is really tremendously good, and we can claim or we can say it is much better than the other products of its kind. Okay, so it differentiates itself from the other products. Okay, so that is called brand. Then there is buffer. So what is this buffer? I think some of you know or have heard about this particular word, that is buffer. Some of you might not have heard, but today we are going to discuss the definition of buffer. You should know it because it is in your syllabus. So what is this buffer? Stock. It is related to stock of products right? Stock held to cover production or sales demand when unforeseen circumstances arise, such as machines breaking down, suppliers unable to deliver, etc. So that kind of stock, right, is called what? Buffer. Now we move to the next business terminology, that is capital. In general, we speak like this, that I don't have capital to start my own business. Okay, I'm lacking somewhat capital, I'm short of capital, how can I start my own business? So we many a time use this kind of sentence in your general life. I think you being the commerce students are well familiarized with this word or this business terminology, that is capital. Okay, I think you must have got some clue about this word or about this business terminology, that is capital. So you are right also, if you are thinking in that direction. The money involved in a business enterprise which is invested, money which is invested in a business enterprise which is invested in good equipment, buildings, stock, etc., that is called what? Capital. Got it? It is about the money that is invested in a business or business related things. Then curriculum vitae. Then we'll speak about curriculum vitae. So curriculum vitae, I think you being the commerce students, you being the college students, college going kids, must have heard about curriculum vitae. You must have heard about biodata, right? You must have heard about the word resume, right? So it is right. It is kind of biodata, right? So what is the proper definition or the right definition of this term, that is curriculum vitae? It is a document. It is the document detailing what? Your educational qualifications, right? Your experience. You enlist all these things in a proper way. You arrange all these things so that you can tell the next person, or if you have gone for an interview, you can in detail tell the committee about your educational qualifications and experience, etc. So all these details are there in that document. So this is a document which sets out the record of an individual's experience, qualifications and achievements. Okay, one another word is added here, that is achievements. When given to a prospective employer, would be, it offers a brief background to the individual on which an assessment of his suitability for a post can be partially based. So it tells the employer about your educational background, your experience, your achievements in your life, right? So that document detailing all these things is called curriculum vitae. Some people call it or pronounce this word as curriculum vitae also. It's just a matter of pronunciation, because you'll find different pronunciation for different words in the dictionary published by the Oxford, or the dictionary published by a British university. So you'll find these differences there, and it's common, and both the pronunciations are acceptable or accepted. Then there is the next term, and that is devaluation. You must have heard about evaluation, that is kind of examination, and here we are going to speak about what? Devaluation. Devaluation. It is an instrument of national fiscal policy. It is an instrument of national fiscal policy whereby government chooses to reduce the value of its currency against others. Means when the value of the currency falls down, it is called devaluation, right? So what are the keywords here? What are the keywords? Reducing of the value of the currency, right? That is called devaluation. Then there is duty. This is not the duty that you do or I do. Okay, it is not about joining an office and going there and accomplishing the task assigned to us and coming back to home. It is not about that duty. Don't forget or always remember that you are discussing here what business terminology is. So it is related to business. That is a kind of tax, right? Whenever this duty word comes into your mind in context of this particular portion, then think about the tax. Okay, duty means tax. So what is that? A tax levied by a national government on imports. Okay, that is called duty. Then the next term is enterprise. It is startup or your business, etc. But in a proper way, you should write it like this. An individual. So what is entrepreneur? What is entrepreneur? An individual who recognizes opportunities for new products or services and arises the money and organizes the wherewithal to produce and deliver them. That is called entrepreneur. Then there is the next term, that is gilt-edged stock. It is kind of government stock. So the government stocks which are considered as extremely safe investments because their interest and repayment is guaranteed by the government. So that is the government stock and it is called gilt-edged stock. Then there is the term infrastructure. When you think about this particular term infrastructure, when you read this word infrastructure or when you hear this particular word that is infrastructure, automatically the building and machines, etc., all these things, electricity, gas, etc., all these things come into your mind. So if you are thinking in that direction, then you are not wrong anyway, right? You are right. So the network of supporting services which underpins an industry or industrial society such as roads, communications or utilities, water, gas, electricity, etc., that is called infrastructure. And now the last term, that is internal audit. It happens in business organizations generally. If you spend money, if you purchase something, definitely you have to maintain the record of the same. And all these things or the procedures of those transactions are examined or done. So that is called audit. So what is this internal audit? So this is the last one in today's lecture that we are going to discuss. The process of review. The process of reviewing on a regular basis some aspects of a company's operations or organization. I just told you that all these things take place in an organization, and especially business organization. Most common is a financial audit, right? But other types include manpower audit, technology audit, social audit, innovation audit, and energy. So all these audits are called internal audit. There are some more business terminologies, but we will discuss those terminologies in the tomorrow's lecture. So we stop here.